My name's Nicole Boucher, and I'm going to talk about addiction. If you've ever seen the play Little Shop of Horrors written by Ashman, then you have an idea of what it's like to live with an addiction to something like cigarettes, alcohol, gambling, drugs. So in the play, the main character is Seymour, and he finds this little plant, and he's doing all he can to try to make it grow. And it's just not growing. And one day he's working with some roses, and he pricks his finger, and he gets some blood on the plant, and it perks up. And Seymour's so excited, he starts giving it a little bit of blood, and it's happy. And I look at this, really compares to the beginning stages of addiction. You know, someone might be just glum and not figuring out, and then they find something that makes them happy, so they start doing it a little bit. And they start missing a couple dinners here and there, missing family functions, skipping out on friends, but it's little sacrifices, so it doesn't hurt. The people around the addict are like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're in control, and the addict believes they're in control, and everything's okay. So as Seymour is taking care of his plant, and he's got all these bandages because he's giving it blood all the time to make it grow. And, and he's like, I don't have any more, and the plant's trying to bite him, and he's just like, oh. And then one day the plant speaks, says, feed me, Seymour. And Seymour's so shocked. But, it's kind of like an addiction, you do all this little stuff to the point that, it hurts a little bit. And then one day it just says, feed me. And you do what you can to make it happy. Dr. Swirsky wrote a book called Addictive Thinking, and he really compares the addictive brain to a schizophrenic brain because they're both non-reality based. As we create an addiction, our brain will create a reality for us to keep feeding our addiction in a way that we don't feel bad about it, and that we're not seeing things that are happening to us. Like, your wife might leave you or your husband might leave you, but it's not, as an addict, you're not going to see it as them leaving you because you're an addict. You're going to see it because they don't love you enough. They don't care enough. You might lose your job for showing up drunk. As an addict, they would see it as their boss letting them go because their boss doesn't like them. So as the plant grows, it gets hungrier and hungrier, and he's feeding it steak, doing everything he can, and then one day the plant's like, just feed me somebody. And, Seymour's like, no, that's murder, that's wrong. And then, as the plant it's getting hungrier and hungry and more insatiable, and then Seymour sees someone do something cruel. So, to him, this justified this person, the plant's like, looks like plant food to me. And this helps justify and move through the process, and he starts killing people. Soon his boss, the girl he likes, boyfriend, all this stuff, and he starts feeding it to the plant because they're plant food. He's got to feed his plant, and he's rationalizing and denying that he's in denial that he's doing anything bad because they're bad people. It's okay. And to feed an addiction, you might get up in the morning and drink and say, you know what, a little something in my coffee is going to get me through the day. I'm going to be in a better mood. It's for everyone else, not for me. You might steal from your mother. But that's because the consequence of quitting what you're doing is so much worse. Like, Seymour is afraid his plant's going to die. Life without the addiction is too scary for an addict. So programs like AA really focus on not only getting sober, but they retrain your brain to see that, to teach you coping skills, and so that you start to see reality again. Someone once really summed it up for me. I used to drive an old timer to AA, and I would go and I'd sit with him, and there was this old cowboy named Mashed Cat. And being 18 years old, I was like, why do they call you Mashed Cat? And so he said, darling, when I was first sober, that judge told me I had to get sober. I was meaner than one of them half-mashed cats in the middle of the road. You're trying like hell to help them out, and they'd rather scratch your eyes out than let you touch them. He said that was my first 5 years of sobriety. I hated the judge for telling me I wasn't in control. I hated my kids for abandoning me. I hated my wife for leaving. And then one day I realized I wasn't in control. My kids never abandoned me. I pushed them away. And I was mean as could be to my wife. Why would she ever stay? Nobody did those things to me. I did them to myself. When an addict really starts therapy, they have to accept things such as they've believed for years that the sky is pink, and now you're going to come in and be like, no, the sky's blue. And you're going to take their reality and it's going to crash down around them. And, you know, much like Seymour, as he's feeding his plant, he's doing all this stuff, and then one day the plant gobbles up the woman he loves. And that's his rock bottom. He's like, why would you do this, plant? I loved her. And he fights back against the plant. And the plant, you know, Seymour didn't ask for help, and he was overcome. He lost his battle. And much like Seymour, an addict can be beaten if they don't get help. Treatment requires help and great distress most of the time in the lives of the people not only going through it, but the people around them. So if you know someone struggling with addiction, be patient and realize that they're going to be scared, sad, and really embarrassed of their behavior that they did to maintain their addiction. Programs like AA work because they treat both the mind and the body. They realize that you have to stop a behavior, you have to replace it with a new one. And you also have to retrain the brain into seeing reality. Thank you.